Today is Thursday, September 27, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by Hill Story Marketing. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So I'm really sorry I've been out for the last few days, guys. I've had the flu. It's not been fun. Do yourselves a favor. This flu season is purported to be the worst we've ever had. Now, the flu shot that's available protects against 4 different strains of the flu. Having spent the last few days going back and forth to doctors' offices and the hospital and so on and so forth, I can tell you the ER is packed and doctors are very concerned because there's also a superbug going around New York City right now. So do yourselves a favor. Go get the flu shot. This year's flu shot protects against 4 different strains. And at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're at least protected as much as you can be, because I can tell you this is not a pleasant flu season at all. Let's get on to the news. As we all know, Comcast had outbid 21st Century Fox for broadcaster Sky last weekend. Now, Comcast did emerge as the winner with a $39 billion offer in the third and final round. A lot of analysts have cited that Comcast overpaid for Sky. Now, as a result, their stock fell, and word just came down last night that 21st Century Fox has agreed to sell their existing 39% stake in Sky to Comcast as well. That 39% is worth roughly $15 billion. God, that's a really steep price. So it's going to be interesting to see what Comcast does with Sky Broadcasting. I'm sorry that Disney, which owns 21st Century Fox, I'm really sorry they didn't end up being able to take over Sky. But, there's hope. I'd like to see what Comcast is going to do. We'll keep you posted. Now, SiriusXM, the number one and frankly only satellite radio service right now, is buying music streaming service Pandora for $3.5 billion. The all-stock transaction will combine satellite radio SiriusXM's 36 million subbies with more than 70 million monthly active users from Pandora. That turns what many people are calling SiriusXM the largest audio entertainment company in the world. The joint companies are expected to have a combined revenue of more than $7 billion this year alone. Now, it amazes me how much things have changed since the early days of satellite radio. Remember, there was Sirius, and then there was XM. And then they combined, okay? But they were basically, they were all on the brink of bankruptcy at one point. Very smart business moves for these folks, especially moves like bringing in Howard Stern and things like that pumped up the volume in terms of listeners. So now that they're able to acquire a company like Pandora at $3.5 billion, that just shows you the power of vigilance in business. And certainly doesn't hurt to have a little moxie in marketing. Now, with 200 million of its users identifying as single, Facebook is getting into the matchmaking game. Oh, Lord, help us all. The social media platform launched its new dating vertical called Facebook Dating, originality at its best, in Colombia. Now, Facebook users aged 18 and older will be able to create dating profiles. Now, although the dating service is currently free, it does look like at the success of Tinder, which we know is making, hundreds of millions of dollars at a clip, the dating app is predicted to make $800 million in 2018 alone. So only time will tell if Zuckerberg and company can bring people together, at least in a romantic way, because Lord knows they've not brought people together from a social perspective, at least not recently. AT&T is putting a new spin on wireless retail. The communication giant in 2 days, actually, is going to open a store in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood under a new banner, The Lounge by AT&T. It's the first of its kind for a company. It's basically it's an experiential store. So it's designed to be part retail, part coffee house, and part hangout space. I actually think this is a very smart move for them. They're collaborating with small business owners Danielle and David Holton to bring the lounge into the Capitol Hill neighborhood. Ada's Discovery Cafe will be situated inside the location. The cafe will feature coffee robots that will use precision technology to brew coffee as perfectly as possible, a task that a human simply cannot replicate, according to a press release from AT&T. The store will also offer an innovative digital shopping experience that's never been used at any other AT&T store. It enables a customer to use an intuitive digital catalog from a large 4K screen on their personal device. and then pick up their new AT&T purchases from secure lockers within the store. In addition, the lounge will have a custom app that will allow customers to order and pay for coffee and food from Otta's. Listen to programming shown on a huge 98-inch high-def TV and search for upcoming store events. The lounge is part of AT&T's newly announced strategy to have one of the fastest-growing retail footprints in the nation, with more than 1,000 new store locations. Many mobile and pop-up in terms of their format, but by the end of 2019, they expect to have about 1,000. Now, the company's portfolio currently includes more than 5,300 branded stores. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mo, Sprint, all these guys, they have very interesting businesses overall in terms of how they look at their retail operation, their franchise operation or license operation, meaning official authorized dealers, those kinds of things, as well as their own proprietary direct-to-consumer online. So when you look at what's going on in terms of retail overall, retail is starting to get a little hot now, which is great to see. The problem is most of the mainstays, most of the iconic brands, like a Sears as an example, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to adapt. They don't know how to evolve quickly enough. But you look at a company like AT&T, which has been around just as long, and they're able to adapt and respond to market conditions. So it just goes to show you, the Amazon effect is bull. Make sure you're doing everything you can to understand your space and your consumer and what their wants and needs are. You'll be much better off at the end of the day. Now, for this week's Throwback Thursday, we celebrate the life of Christopher Reeve, Superman himself, as he would have been 66 years old this past Tuesday. You know, I had the honor of meeting Chris a couple of times, and I gotta say, he's exactly who you think he was. The nicest guy in the world. It saddens me to think about the fact that he's not here and we lost the definition of a real hero. It was a little ironic on Tuesday anyway, as I was watching the episode of Smallville that celebrated Christopher Reeves' passing on Tuesday while I was down with the flu. So, you know, he really was the kindest person. So many of his friends, so many of his fans. There are countless stories about how Chris had just helped fans and people in general because he cared so much. Like I said, the true definition of a hero. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I am the CEO of Hill Story Marketing and the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. We'll see you guys this afternoon because we are doing 2 episodes today because we've been out for the last few days. Have a good one, guys.